Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this hanging tree house. This is a little bit different from anything that I've ever made before and anything that I've ever seen. This is a very small house, so it's not something that you could exactly use as like a permanent house. It's just supposed to be something that you can construct in a tree pretty much in most places in Minecraft, and you can have a nice little base away from home. So you can have like a bed and some chests and some crafting tables and some furnaces and stuff into this very small house. And just in case you're curious as to how you would actually get into the house, if we take a look at the tree next to the hanging tree house, we can actually enter it and we can climb up the center of the tree here and walk out onto the branch that the tree house is actually hanging from, hop onto it, and you'll see that we have a trapdoor right up at the top, drop down, and we have a bed, crafting table, furnace, couple of chests. And if we want to exit the tree house, the only real way to do that is to drop down from the actual little tree sphere itself, and there we go. So you do have a nice little escape out of the bottom. And if you guys enjoyed this sort of thing, please do remember to smack that like button. Like I said, it's a very different design from anything that I've ever made or seen before, so I'd really like to know whether you guys enjoy this sort of stuff. I'd be very interested. And if you do want to see more stuff like this, comment down below and let me know. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. You'll probably like all of the other stuff that I post as well. Say hello if you subscribe. I would like to say hello back to all of my brand new subscribers. And also, please do click the little bell next to the subscription button, and that will ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, why don't I actually show you how to make this really awesome, unique treehouse. So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some oak wood, some oak leaves, some vines, some ladders, some dark oak fence, some spruce wood, some dark oak wood stairs, some birchwood stairs, and some dark oak wood slabs. We will also need some birchwood fence, some birchwood slabs, some white stained glass block, some wooden trapdoors, beds, chests, crafting tables, furnaces, all of the other stuff that you'd expect to throw in a house, and that should pretty much be everything. Now, once you have all of those materials, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, so there's a couple of ways that you can go about this, by the way. I'm going to be making an artificial tree for this thing to hang from. However, you could very easily just use like an existing tree, like one that you can see over there in the distance, and like make the tree bigger and then hang the tree house from there. However, I am opting to make it inside of this rectangular space here. So this tree house shouldn't be too much bigger than 16 blocks along and 19 blocks or 9 blocks back. It doesn't take up that much space. So construct a space, I don't know, similar to this. If you like, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller than this, because we are making an artificial tree. And we can begin building this. So the way that I'm going to start this off is I'm going to begin with, say, like a row of 12 oak wood coming up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I'm going to do a row of 12 next to that. Then, coming out diagonally from both ends, I'm going to do more rows of 12. So I'm going to do a row of 12 coming outwards diagonally out of the back of the row of 2. Then, behind the 2 rows, I'm going to add another row of oak wood behind each one of those 2 diagonal rows. Then I'm going to come inwards diagonally from each one of those rows. I'm going to place another row of 2 oak wood, and I'm going to extend that row of oak wood coming up from the back. So I want to have something which should look like that. It's basically rows of 2 oak wood on any given side of the tree, and this forms the trunk of the tree, the base of the tree. Next thing we want to do is we want to make the branch that our house is going to hang off of. So come to the left hand side of the tree, right hand side of the tree, front, back, whatever part of the tree you want, and come about, I don't know, like midway up. Come like upper midway up, so kind of like this area here. You want to begin by making the branch. I'd do something like this. So this will be different. All of yours will be different from mine, probably. You want to just take a block, extend it out the side of the tree, then like go up on top of it by one, and then extend it out a couple of blocks, and then maybe like up a little bit and out a little bit, and then maybe like back just a little bit, like this, and then across, and then say like out back towards yourself again, and then like outwards again, like randomize the branch of the tree. Then you can focus on like making the branch a little bit thicker, so you can add blocks around the branch to kind of like reinforce it like this, and you can make the branch look a little bit thicker, and you can add blocks coming outwards from it. So do make the branch look a little bit thicker, a little bit less artificial. Now, this is going to be where we are going to hang our tree house from. So I'm going to take, which block? Like, let's say this one. I'm going to take the second oak wood block and I'm going to hang my tree house 3 blocks down using my dark oak fence. So underneath this block, I'm going to go down by 1, 2, 3 with the dark oak fence. You do have to be a certain amount off of the ground, by the way, because obviously like the house, it doesn't want to touch the ground. It wants to come close to touching the ground, but it doesn't want to touch the ground. You can make it higher, but a safe distance to make this house from, if you make it at the very least, if you make it like 15 blocks high from, or I'll say even lower than that, if you make it like 10 blocks high off the ground, and then you start making it, then you will be very, very safe. But you want to have a row of 3 dark oak wood. Then you want to place a spruce wood coming inwards from that last dark oak wood fence. Then we want to place a placeholder item. So let's say we want to place a dark oak wood slab coming inwards from the spruce wood. Then we want to place a spruce wood again, place a dark oak fence right to that spruce wood, and then connect that fence upwards to your tree branch. So you want to have something which should look like that. Now, we want to take each one of these spruce woods and we want to place a birchwood stairs in front of those spruce woods and behind those spruce woods as well. I'm going to get rid of my tree building materials and I'm going to grab my birchwood fence, my birchwood slabs, and my white stained glass block. In between the birchwood stairs, I'm going to place dark oak wood slabs. Like this. I'm also going to then I am going to place dark oak wood slabs underneath each one of the birchwood stairs, like this. Perfect. I want to place sideways facing birchwood stairs in front of the dark oak wood slabs. So this might be a little bit tricky to place, but we want to have outward facing birchwood stairs being placed in front of the dark oak wood slab. So we want to have this sort of effect. Place a glass block in between the birchwood stairs, and then extend that glass block downwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place an upside down birchwood stairs left and right of the base glass block. Then place white stained glass in between the top set and the bottom set of birchwood stairs, and extend out the 2 center glass outwards in front of the build by 1 row, like that. Once you've done that, we can now head upwards and you can place, by the way, a dark oak wood slab on top of that top glass. And once you've done that on the front, you actually want to come to the back and you want to do a similar thing. So if you want, you can take this top center dark oak wood slab, you can place a dark oak wood slab in front of it, then place a white stained glass underneath the slab, then go down by 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then place an upside down birchwood stairs left and right of that base glass, like this. Then place glass connecting the top to the bottom. Take the 2 center glass and extend them outwards by 1 row. And you want to have something which should look like that. So we have the same thing on the front and the back now. Next thing we want to do is this. So you want to place underneath the dark oak wood fence that you have on the left and right, you want to place a birchwood slab underneath that, like this. Underneath the slab, actually you want to place 2, so what you want is you want to have a birchwood slab that is half a row lower than the actual fence. So it wants to look like this, it wants to be half a row lower, it doesn't want to actually connect like that. Then you want to have you then want to do a row of 2 glass underneath the slab, so 1 and 2. Then place a birchwood slab underneath the glass. Place upside down, outwards facing dark oak wood stairs from that slab. Place 2 birchwood fence on top of the upside down stairs. 1, 1, 2, 2. Then place outwards facing regular dark oak wood stairs left and right of the top slab, so on top of the fence like this. You'll have an effect which should look very similar to this. Come to the inside of the cube, or the right hand side as it's known, and underneath this dark oak wood fence we want to have like half a row lower, we want to have our birchwood slab like this, right? Then we want to have left and right of the birchwood slab, we want to have dark oak wood stairs facing outwards. We want to have our 2 rows of white stained glass underneath the birchwood slab, that's 1 and 2. Then we want to place a birchwood slab underneath the glass. Place upside down dark oak wood stairs left and right of the birchwood slab. Then place birchwood fence connecting the 2 sets of stairs together, like that. Now, once that's sorted out, you can then come underneath your cube, and you just want to do, basically, you want to do a layer of dark oak wood slabs here, just underneath the cube. And it just wants to be, the layer of slabs just wants to sit like where you'd expect the layer to sit. Or as a matter of fact, you can change it a little bit. So, if you like, you can have it so that the left and right hand rows underneath the cube are like solid dark oak wood planks, like that. But you might find that you want the center row coming up the cube, you might want the center row to be dark oak wood slabs. So the effect that you'll get if you do that, and by the way, you want to knock into the top center of the cube, from the inside, you want something that should look like that because it will look nice. You can also knock through to the bottom center of the cube as well. If you want to complete the inside of your cube, the things that you might want, like you'll want to do different things with your cube. The things that you might want to put wooden trapdoors above and below the entrance to your cube. Whether that wants to be in line with the actual with the wood, that's up to you or not. I'm going to add a bed to mine. I'm going to add a chest to the end of the bed. I'm going to add a furnace and a crafting table and another chest on the outside. So it's a quite functional cube. We do have a bed, we have some chests to keep our stuff in, we also have a crafting table and a furnace for any of the uses that we might need. And that is the actual house portion of this complete. As you can see, very functional, looks great. However, that's not everything that we want to do. So here's what we need. So if we crack ourselves in to the center of the trunk, so I'm going to get rid of all this stuff, right? And I'm going to get my tree building stuff out again. So that'll be oak wood leaves, vines. Oh, and I also need ladders. So we need to crack into the center of the tree. And we also need to take the branch, the top of the branch that leads from the tree, we want to knock 2 blocks into the tree. So we want to have a way to get out onto the branch like this. And we also need a row of stairs or a row of ladders that comes all the way up the center of the tree, and it's a good idea to mark the position where you would actually like come up to the top of the ladder so you have a nice platform to stand on when you get to the top of the tree as well. But then you might find that you want to extend the tree up a few additional rows, so you might want to make the tree ever so slightly bigger if you want to. So you might want to add a couple of rows onto it. You might also find that you want to add oak leaves or any sort of leaf to the tree. So you might want to make this thing look a little bit more tree-like. Of course, it's completely up to you as to whether or not you want to make it look as much like a tree as possible. If you want it to really like blend into an environment, like if you built this in, say, like a jungle or, you know, wherever, then it's kind of completely up to you what direction you do take this tree. But I'm going to do a very, very simple version just so that you guys get the idea. I spent a little bit more time on like the intro version, like making the leaves look as nice as I wanted. But, you know, if you just add layers of leaves up to the top of the tree, if you kind of make it bulbous, if you make it kind of like, I mean, you guys know what trees look like. I mean, it's you just want to do that. You'll know as well, like when you look at it, how big and how small you want it to be, but I'll just give you the tools that you need to make the tree as big or as small as you want. So as you can see, that's the top of the tree currently. It's a little bit boring, admittedly, but you could easily leave it at that. We also want to add some oak leaves to the branches as well. So around where we have our little tree house, we're just going to, underneath the branches, on top of the branches and stuff, we're going to add a little bit of oak leafage. Exactly how you would expect to like find a tree. This is what you'd expect. Make sure that you do have a path, by the way, to actually get inside of the treehouse. At the base of the tree, I would also recommend that you extend the base of the tree outwards. Like, if you make the base of the tree an abstract shape, for instance, like, do just like, as if like the tree has outward roots and stuff, you might want to add some oak wood and some stuff to like the bottom of the tree just to shape it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to look fantastic, but you might find that you like the tree a little bit more if you do stuff like that. So maybe something a little bit like that. As you can see, the base of the tree is shaped a little bit more, and I know that this tree doesn't look amazing. This is probably not the best looking tree that you've ever seen, but like it's up to you to make it look how you want it to. Like, you'll have to add blocks, you'll have to take them away, you'll have to keep messing with the tree until you're happy with it. And of course, if you want to add any more branches to the tree, then you can also do that. But do remember to add some oak leaves to the branches, like this. So do remember to add some oak leaves to the branches as well, and that will definitely make a bit of a difference to the tree too. And like, this is a weird shape as I look at this tree. Like, obviously the leaves up at the top, they would come down a little bit more. Like, they wouldn't like sit on top of the tree like the tree has hair. They would obviously come down a little bit more, so that might help make this tree look a little bit more appealing. And obviously, like I said, if I was to shape it a bit more, if I was to put more time into it, it'd look a bit better, but it doesn't look too bad now. It doesn't look awful. And the last thing that I would suggest to you is add some vines to the tree, because that will mean that you don't have to spend an insane amount of time making the tree look 100% perfect, because the vines will cover up a lot of imperfections that your tree may have. So add as many or as few vines as you like. You guys know what the vines will do. You'll know what sort of effect it will add, and that's pretty much the tree, guys. That's the tree house. Of course, we access it, we come into the trunk of the tree, the base of the tree, we climb our way up, we find the platform up at the top here, we can walk our way out, and we can hover above our little tree house, drop onto it, then drop into the trapdoor, and it just so happens that we had the bottom trapdoor open the entire time, and we fell straight through it. But of course, if you if you didn't do that, then you could land inside your little tree house, and then you'd be inside of it. But of course, we shouldn't have left that door open. Make sure you close it. Make sure you close it. And there we go. Now we actually have access to it. But there you go, guys. That's the treehouse. I think that this is a really, really different design. I think there's a different idea and a concept that you might have seen before, because it's nothing that I'd ever really came across before, at the very least. Watch me get proved wrong. I bet you guys have seen loads of these now that I've said that, but it's nothing I've ever seen at the very least. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please do remember to smack that like button. It would really help me out if you do that. It helps the video out, it helps the channel out, it helps me out. I would appreciate you guys forever if you did that. I really would. Please do remember that if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, say hello, and also do click the little bell next to the subscription button, and that'll ensure that you get all of the content sent directly straight to your sub box, because otherwise that may or may not happen. The sub boxes are a little bit crazy these days, guys. You never know. Comment down below, what else would you like to see next? Do you have any sort of other crazy idea for any sort of other tree houses, regular houses, or any sort of builds in general? Let me know down there in the comment section. And if you want to explore the channel, if you want to check out some of the other things that I've done, please do check out the card system and the description below. And you'll find a load of playlists which will help you explore my channel. For instance, if you wanted to check out the Park Builds playlist, then you would find tutorials for absolutely everything that you see on the ground down below. Everything ranging from soccer pitches to duck ponds to mini golf courses to more tree houses. By the way, that's another tree house down there. Since we are on the topic of tree houses, then you could find a very modern treehouse like this. I'm very happy with that. I love how that looks. And all sorts of other houses as well, like ultimate survival houses and hobbit holes and such. And if you wanted some more like realistic buildings, if you wanted some stuff that you might have seen before, like we have a real world buildings playlist, which we have skyscrapers in, we have pubs, we have car washes, we have supermarkets and petrol stations and train stations and all sorts of other stuff like that, churches, everything that you can might imagine. The latest of the real world builds, we have ourselves a nice gym, which I'm incredibly pleased with. I love my gym. Not in real life though, that's too much effort. But we also do have no end of house tutorials on the channel, which I'm sure that you guys would love to explore and find in all of their various playlists. Basically, guys, check out the channel. I'm sure that you'd enjoy checking it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope you managed to make it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.